So, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining today's training on the new Allison James app. We have created our own app for easier access to tools, systems, and communication with our corporate team, your broker, and fellow Allison James agents. So, I do want to congratulate you on being the first agents to join in California. We are rolling out slowly but surely, and you guys are the first group in California. So very excited to show this to you today, and I cannot wait to see what you think about it. Our new app, before we get started, I just want to let you know our new app is available for download on Android and Apple devices. And you can find it simply by going into your App Store or your Google Play Store and just typing in Allison James. There is also a desktop version, and if you can see my screen, just go ahead and put in the chat box if you can see my screen. That is what we will be doing today's training on, is the desktop version of the app. But when you do download the mobile version, you'll notice it's the same exact thing. It's just a more condensed version. We will be doing an overview training today, but if you would like to schedule a one-on-one to go over more information, I will show you how to do that from the app. So this morning we went ahead and added you all into the app, so you should have received a welcome email this morning. This subject line, if you do need to search for it, says welcome to the Allison James app. If for any reason you have not received this email, please go ahead and type this into the chat box of the webinar, and I'm going to resend you the email as soon as this webinar is complete. But if you did receive this email, which you should have gone in and created your password. So I am going to do a Q&A at the end, so feel free to type in your questions as I'm moving along, but I will hold off on answering any questions until the end, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start. And if you are using the desktop version, to access the desktop version, you are going to visit allisonjames.converse.com. Now, Converse, spelled Konverse, is the app in which we created, is the company where we created, who helped us create the app. So allisonjames.converse.com is how you're going to get to the desktop version. Again, you can search Allison James in the App Store to get it onto your phone. I'm going to go ahead and start today's training with talking about this header. So when you are logged in, over on the right-hand side, you are going to see a small little bubble. Yours might be a different color. Mine is yellow with my initials in it. When I click on this little drop-down arrow, it's going to bring up a drop-down, and the first thing on here is my settings. I'm going to go ahead and go into my settings. This actually brings up my profile. So by simply clicking on this small camera here, you can actually add a profile image. So this would be a great way for you or a great place to add in your headshot. We also have the banner image available as well. This can be any image you want, and that's just going to go ahead and show up where mine is all gray in the background. You can add a nice banner image. Maybe if you love the beach, you can add a picture of the beach. Whatever it may like, this is your profile. Do what you please with it. I do also want to talk about editing your profile information. So over here on the right-hand side, there is an Edit Profile button. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. This is where you can add your first name and last name, which should actually already be in there. If you need to change any of this information, you can. I did have an agent ask if they can change to their first name to what they go by, which may be a nickname or something shorter. You can do that. That's totally fine. You can also add a location in here, so wherever you are located, and then we also have a place for a bio. So this is where you can come in and edit all of your profile information. As you scroll down, you're going to see there's a number of fields available for you to fill out, but anytime that you go ahead and make changes to this, just make sure you click on the Publish button, and that's going to change everything within your profile. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get out of this little box. The next thing is the subscriptions. So going back to this small drop down, I'm going to go to the next section, which is called Subscriptions. So subscriptions, this is where you're going to see all the rooms in the app that you are subscribed to that you will receive notifications on. So as you can see on this account, I am actually subscribed to a number of rooms, and this green button, it kind of almost looks like a Wi-Fi signal, I'd say. If I go ahead and click on that green button next to the corporate calendar, that's going to go ahead and unsubscribe me from it. So if it is grayed out, that means you are not subscribed. Anything that is on and turned green means that you are subscribed to that room. So again, these are rooms that you are subscribed to. Now that does bring me into the next section of this drop down, which is notifications. So notifications is how you will receive the notifications. Subscriptions are the rooms you're subscribed to in which you will receive notifications on. Notification settings is how you will receive notifications. So there's two ways for you to receive notifications, and we highly recommend at least leaving one of these on, if not both. The first thing you're going to see is email notifications. If you wish to receive email notifications on everything within the app for things that you are subscribed to or any updates, it'll go ahead and send you an email. The other option is push notifications, which is going to have an alert pop up on your phone. So it's just a push notification that pops up on your phone. If you're maybe more of the mobile type, you really like maybe you're always on your phone. I know I am. So push notifications is something that I would choose personally. Like I said, we recommend leaving at least one, if not both of these on, but let's say, for example, you do not want to receive email notifications. What we can do is we can go ahead and click this green button here to toggle this off. It is going to come up with a warning saying by clicking turn off, you will no longer receive email notifications from Allison James. And then you would just come down here to the bottom and click on this turn off button if you wish to turn off email notifications. Okay. So that is notifications. The last thing I want to show you in this drop down is the log out button. So you really never need to log out, especially if you're just using it on your phone. But if you're maybe on a shared computer on a desktop, you can always log out from the app right here. But like I said, if you're just using it on your phone, there's really no reason to log out. The next thing on the header you'll see here is a plus button. So we really are going to go over this a lot more later on in the training, but in short, this is how you will add a post or a ticket into any of the rooms. Okay. The next thing on this header is the magnifying glass. This is the best way to search within the app. So let's say, for example, I want to search for Kvcor training videos. What I can do is I can type in the keyword Kvcor, and anything within the app that matches that keyword is going to pull up here in my search results, which kind of show up over here on the left. So it's going to pull up anything Kvcor related. If you want to get a little bit more specific, you can. So I could type in Kvcor video. It's going to pull up anything that relates to Kvcor video within the app. So this is a really easy way to search. Now I am going to move off of the header, and I'm actually going to come over into this panel over on the left-hand side, and we're going to start at the top and make our way down. So this home button, when you click on home, this is your daily news feed, which is going to show any recent updates that have been made to the app. So you can think of this as like a Facebook news feed, for example. The next section is going to be our notifications inbox. This is, obviously you're going to be receiving notifications by email or app push notifications like we had just talked about, but you can also see all of your notifications right here in this notifications inbox. You'll see right now that I don't have any notifications, but you'll also see up at the top, if I just want to see my unread notifications, it's going to filter those for me. And then I can change back to view all notifications as well. So you have a couple different options in here for notifications. Now, the next section is the company info. And the first thing within this company info is the corporate calendar. So this corporate calendar is actually going to show you any upcoming events that we have scheduled. For example, I'm going to go ahead and head into March. Oops, we're going to go into March. You'll see in March, on March 24th, we actually have our California Brokers Business Accelerator on disclosure obligations. When you click on this, you will see the event description, and then we also have a link here for you to register for the event. Now, in the future, when we have live events again or anything scheduled live, this is going to be a great way for you to come in and RSVP for those live events by simply just clicking attending or not attending. Okay. Now, there are a couple different ways to view this calendar. You can view it by the month, which is what I can see now. And then over here on the top right, you'll see that you can also view it by week. We also have day, and then my personal favorite is actually the list. It's going to show each day outlined what time these trainings are at and whatnot. So that's my personal favorite view, but you can find what you like. The next section is going to be the corporate news section. So we've added this room to really cut back on the number of emails that our corporate team is sending out, which we know can be a little overwhelming. But moving forward, what we will do is we will just post into this corporate news area. And with anything that is happening, any updates or anything that you need to be made aware of, you'll see here in the corporate news. You'll also see when you're logged into your own account, up at the top, we do have this, again, the subscribe button. Again, it does look like a little Wi-Fi button, but this is turned green next to the corporate news. So that means I am subscribed to this room. So anytime you see this little green signal button, that means you're subscribed to that room. Okay. The next section is the marketplace. And the first thing I'm going to go over in here is our marketing materials. So if you're looking for an Allison James logo, all you would do is click on the logos, and we have them all linked here for you to download. We also have Allison James letterheads, listing presentations, and we have some fun Zoom backgrounds. These are something new that we've added for you guys. You'll see if you can see me over here, you can see that I'm actually using a Zoom background as well. We have, I want to say, about 7 or 8 available to you, and they're really nice if you're doing a lot of virtual Zoom calls. So feel free to use those Zoom backgrounds. They're really fun. The next section is going to be the video library. So training videos are available in the app under our video library. So for example, if you are looking for SkySlope, we have all of our apps in different, all of our videos in different folders. So depending on what you're looking for, we have apps, tools, expert talk, Kvcor, SkySlope. If I just wanted to see SkySlope videos, I can actually go ahead and click on this folder here, and it's going to pull up everything related to SkySlope. Another way I can go ahead and change folders, if you look up here at the top, we have a drop down. Right now it says SkySlope because that's the folder I've chosen to be in. I can go back to all folders, or I can change here in the drop down. So I can go to expert talk, and it's going to pull up all of our expert talk videos. We will continue to add training videos as they come in. So recorded webinars, everything like that will all be added to this video library. The next section is Kvcor. Our Kvcor room does have a bunch of tools that you can use within your Kvcor account. If you do want any more information on any of these products, you can just click on one of these posts. And the link here, these ones specifically will actually take you to the Kvcor marketplace, since these need to be purchased within Kvcor. So if you click here, it's going to open up the marketplace, and then you'll be able to learn more about any of these products that you click on. The next thing is one-on-one calls. So this is where you can go in to schedule a one-on-one call with a member of our corporate team to go over any systems that we use. For example, in the beginning, I did say that we would have Allison James app one-on-one calls available to you. After today's training, if you feel you need or want additional training on the app, you can actually come in here, click on the Allison James app one-on-one call, and we have a link here to schedule your one-on-one call with a member of our team, and we'd be happy to go over that with you. We also have Kvcor one-on-ones, SkySlope one-on-ones, and social media consultations as well. So whatever you need assistance with, feel free to come in here and book any of these calls. The next section is our preferred vendors. As you know, we are partnered with Movement Mortgage, and we have an in-house transaction coordinator company called Sharp TC. If you do want to learn more about any of these preferred vendors that we have, you can just go ahead, simply click on which one you want to learn more about, and we have some descriptions of them, and then click here, link to learn more information about those vendors. The last thing in the marketplace is the Op City leads. So if you have not yet received or signed up to receive OpCity leads and you want to, you can go ahead and just click on this OpCity link. It's going to go ahead and we have a small, short little description video about what OpCity is. And then when you scroll down, we do have a link here to complete the OpCity application. The next section here is Select Marketplace. So Allison James Select is available in your area. Allison James Select is a top producer program for top producers. So if you click on this Allison James Select button, we are going to have a description of what Allison James Select is. If you are interested and you qualify and you can read what qualifications we have here, you can click here to simply apply for Allison James Select if this is something you're interested in. The next section, we got resources next. The first thing in here is policy and procedures. So if you are looking for a copy of our business liability policy, maybe our California E&O insurance policy, anything like that. For example, if I click on E&O insurance, you'll see that we have California E&O insurance certificate. Just click this download button and you have it in your hands. So super easy to come in here and get any information you need. The next section is our corporate form. So this is a way for you to update banking information or credit card information on file, or even access the Allison James W-9 if you need that. So you'll see, for example, I just want to show you, if you do click on the credit card update forms, you'll see that we have the form available here for you. And then we also have another link for you to submit a ticket request for a digital copy if you prefer that way. Agent FAQs. This section is just some of our more frequently asked questions that we receive here at corporate, and you have access to easy answers. But you can always come to us directly and we'd be happy to answer those questions for you. And that does bring me into my next section, which is our help desk rooms. So far we have gone over the areas where you can easily download things you may need. And this next section I'm going to talk about is where you can communicate with our corporate team or your broker directly from within the app. And these are called the help desk rooms. So with corporate help desk, instead of emailing corporate, you do now have the ability to submit a help desk ticket. You will see all the tickets that you have created in this room right here. As you can see, I have a couple tests that I still have from my previous trainings, and you can easily keep track of these tickets. So for example, I'm going to use the example of getting a CDA revision and you need to submit a ticket to corporate. All you can do is you'll come into this corporate help desk, and this is where this fun little plus button comes into play. You're going to go ahead and click on this plus button, and you will see that it automatically puts you in the corporate help desk room because that's what we're in over here. We do have different folders for every question. Now we have a general question section, we have accounting, agent relations, management, marketing, processing, recruiting, and support team. So whatever department you need to get a hold of or whatever department your question pertains to, you can choose that here. Now, if you're unsure, that is totally fine as well. Just go ahead and keep it under a general question and you'll get taken care of regardless. So then we're going to go ahead and put in a subject, which for this one, I'm going to put in 123 Main Street. And we are going to, in the description, we are just going to put in sales price was reduced to $185,000. New gross commission is $5,550. Please revise CDA. The next thing you'll see on here is the urgency of the issue. So if this is something urgent, for example, if maybe closing is this afternoon, so you need this CDA revision right away, you can select a high urgency. Now, if you don't have to choose an urgency, but if you would like to, I would say probably the high urgency is going to come into play for most of you for things that you need quickly. So again, you do not have to choose an urgency, it's just here for your convenience. As you scroll down, you can see you can add attachments if you need to add any attachments for anything. And then once I go ahead and click publish, it is going to show up under my corporate help desk tickets. So corporate will get a notification of this. We'll go ahead and make sure that we get you taken care of. So what would happen is Lisa Corsoletti in our processing department would receive this, and then she can respond to you within the ticket once it's been issued. Once let's say she is maybe in the process of issuing the new CDA, she can actually change this status to in progress, and it's going to update you. So it's going to say your tickets for 123 Main Street is in progress. And then maybe once Lisa has that done, she can actually leave a comment here saying, your CDA has been issued with the new sales price, and she can actually close out the ticket. Okay. So you'll get notifications anytime there is a change made to your ticket, but this is just a good way for everyone to be able to, you can see all of your tickets, where you're at with them. Another thing I do want to point out is right now we have this shows into all folders. If you only want to see your open tickets, you can go ahead and do that, and that's going to actually just show you the ones you have open and that maybe haven't been closed out yet. You can also just view closed tickets as well. So however you want to organize your corporate help desk section is completely up to you. Okay. So this then leads me into the Riverside Temecula Broker Help Desk, which is a lot. It works the same exact way as a corporate help desk, but this is going to be a good way to communicate with your broker, Michelle. So instead of sending Michelle an email, you now have the ability to send a help or submit a help desk ticket. So again, you will be the only ones who will be able to see any tickets that you submit, and then Michelle can see them as well. So let's go ahead, and you'll see I have an open ticket with Michelle right now on a test I have. So I can actually open this up, see where my status is. Maybe it's in progress, whatever it may be. I am going to go through and just go ahead and show you again how to create a help desk ticket. This one is for the Riverside Temecula Broker Help Desk, like we just talked about. We do have different folders as well for the broker help desk. So if this is a board or an MLS question, a file approval request, or a general question, you can choose whichever one these are. For this example, I'm just going to go ahead and do a file approve. And I'm going to go ahead and say, need file approved, closing early. Thank you. Again, the urgency of this issue is completely up to you. For this one, I am going to change this to a high urgency because we need it approved and we need that CDA quickly. Then if I need to add any attachments, again, I can, and I'm going to go ahead and click publish. Now, Michelle's going to get notified of this, and it's also, as you can see, it's going to show up in your help desk open ticket section. Okay. Again, Michelle may go ahead and change this to in progress, maybe while she's in the middle of approving the file. But once she does approve the file, she can comment on here and say, hey, Tori, file is approved, and she would go ahead and close out that ticket. Again, you will get notified every single time something happens with any of your tickets. Okay. So those are the help desk tickets. Again, if you guys do need anything, we do strongly encourage you to try not emailing us and try submitting a help desk ticket. Next is the discussion room. So the first discussion room here is the nationwide discussion room. So this is where you can openly communicate with all Allison James agents in any state. So let's say, for example, you're looking for a Florida agent to refer a client to. I can come into this nationwide discussion room. My title could say need agent in Florida. I used this example earlier, so it went ahead and populated that for me. And then you can say, I am looking for an agent in the Miami area. And what I can go ahead and do is I can actually go ahead and publish this, and all agents are going to get notified of this. And then they can comment on your post. I don't actually want to post this one because we do have agents in the app. So I don't want you all to get notifications when I post this, but let me show you an example. So we do have a discussion in here, and this is something you can come in. This is what your post would look like. So it will have the subject and then the description below. And people can come in here and like and comment on your discussion room post. So for back to my need a Florida agent example, they can comment on this and say, hey, I'm an agent in Miami. Here's my phone number, whatever it may be. Anyone can comment on these in the nationwide group. As I said, this is going to have all Allison James agents in it. The next one is the Riverside discussion group. So again, if you need to communicate with any with Allison James agents, this Riverside discussion group is only going to have Riverside and Temecula Allison James agents. So this would be a good place to post, for example, if you're looking for a photographer in the area. So you can come in here, click the plus button again, title, need photographer, whatever the description may be, and you can go ahead and publish it. Again, I'm not going to publish it today. I don't want you all to get notified of that for something that isn't real. But you can see here that we do have a welcome to Riverside discussion room. You'll see that we do have a couple people. We went ahead and posted this earlier. Victoria did. Just welcoming everyone. You'll see that we already have some people commenting on it. So feel free to come into this discussion room as well and leave a comment letting us know what you think about the app so far. All right. Again, I do also want to mention this is going to act a lot like what we have previously done, which is the Allison James Agent Facebook groups. So I do want to strongly encourage you that if you do find yourself going into that Allison James Facebook group for Riverside, rather than posting in there, switch your mindset and let's come in here and do it and post in this discussion room, okay? The next section is our links section. So this is one of my favorite features of the app. As you know, we have several different systems we use and different login information for each. So maybe you find yourself searching for your list of passwords and your login to each one. Those days are actually over for SkySlope, ExpressDocs, and Kvcor. The Allison James app has a single sign-on feature, which is going to remember your login for these systems. So anytime you click on SkySlope, for example, you will be automatically signed in. Now, I do want to just note that as of this morning, ExpressDocs was not quite working yet. There were a couple other things we had to fix with them in order to get that single sign-on for ExpressDocs to work, but ExpressDocs should be working as of hopefully tomorrow afternoon. So keep an eye on that. But if you do come in here, your Kvcor and SkySlope should work for single sign-on. So go ahead and log in and try that out. The next thing I want to go over, and we're almost done, I know this is a lot of information. The last thing I want to go over today, or sorry, second to last thing I want to go over today is the private post feature. So let's say you need to contact someone directly with an issue or a question, and we're just going to use me for example. If you do need to contact me privately for anything that you want my help with, what you can do is you can come into this private post. You can actually search for a team member. So what you'd want to do is change this drop down to member and start typing in my name. Now, as you can see, it's going to come up with two profiles. This is my the one you would want to use is the AGI corporate one, so the one that has my photo, not the one that I'm using today for training purposes. But what you can do is you can click on my profile, and under my name here, you can go ahead and send a private post. So this is only going to be viewable by me. The way to see any private post you send, so it doesn't of course have to be to me, it can be to anyone in corporate, it can be to your broker, however you want to send that private post or whoever it may be to. When you come into your private post section, it's going to show all of your private posts that you've ever posted to somebody's profile. Okay, now the very last thing I want to go over today before we go into a Q&A is the team chat. So a team chat is a great way to start a chat with someone. It's really the best way to explain it. All you do is you go ahead and click on this plus button, and it's going to open up a chat room box. So for example, let's say that I want to start a chat with corporate. I can go ahead and say, I'm going to call it Ask Allison James because that's kind of what we've been doing here. And for members, we actually have an Ask Allison James member in here. So I can go ahead and chat with someone from corporate. So once I confirm this, and hopefully it loads. There we go. So now I have this Ask Allison James. And if I go ahead and look under my team chat, I will always have this chat available with Allison James. So I can say, hi, I need a logo. that is going to notify the Ask Allison James team, which is our support team over at corporate, and they are going to be able to respond and send me the logo, whatever it may be. Another example of what you can use this for would be your broker. So we can say broker chat, name this one broker chat. I can come in here under members and search for Michelle Beeson. There she is. So we're going to go ahead and search for Michelle Beeson. We're going to confirm. And now my chat with Michelle is always going to be saved under my team chat area. So now I have an Ask Allison James chat, which is between me and Allison James Corporate. And then I also have a broker chat, which is between me and my broker. So these are two good chats to just kind of keep under your team chat area. Okay. So that wraps up our training. We have been looking for a very long time for a platform which would be a true one-stop shop for you to access anything you need, provides easy communication with your broker, the corporate team, and your fellow Allison James agents, as well as instant access to our systems. And we always want to make things easier for you to access, and we definitely and strongly feel like this app is going to do just that and help bring everyone together. We have built out this app with just the basics to start, and we will be adding additional features to make the app more local with additional rooms and ways to communicate. So for example, something we see in the future is an open house room or investors looking for a properties room and much more. But we do need you to utilize this app as much as possible in order for this to be successful. So that is it for the training today.